พูดออกมาเป็นสำคัญที่มันผมว่าทั้งมากดีเนาะ So I have collected 1,000 questions.
Okay. Takes 1,000 years to answer. Okay. Okay, you want to share, all right, or like I just we have some I have something like this because you were asking about tables. I have this is from older version. I need to see if I can the newer version, but it shows like the tables and stuff, some explanation. It is yeah, maybe you don't get all of the like functions and like it just gives you a list of things. And for example, we said about time series. I need to see if I think this stays in your system somewhere. But I will try to find it. For example, we were talking about AGG. Yeah, you remember we were saying, okay, what is the table look like? And these are like some explanation about some of the fields. So we have this document. I just need to find the updated version of this. Okay.
Okay, how could we like open this file?
Yeah, I need to find because it's normally these CHM files are on the system. Like when you press F1, it opens it, but I'm not sure which server it is there. Maybe.
You have to config something in your laptop. Yeah, I
All right, I find it, but okay. At the moment, I was searching this morning when we were talking. I couldn't just find which server was it. So, but anyway, so and database maybe yeah, there's a bit different version. That's why I just don't want to send this one to you. Maybe something changed and it's not there, or something new is there that you don't have. But yeah, we got for tables we have this, but I can also go around and show to you if you need. But okay. But if you have some questions ready, you can just switch to yours.
One question related to this problem, and maybe I can share the screen. I need to translate it to English. Then I have to type question first for the operation, or especially for the operator. So could we know the like methodology of how could you do the power flow calculation? You use like Newton or Newton Raphson or Fourier or something like that. Do you find any document or something?
Maybe we don't have the full document. Maybe let me just look at. It's not Newton-Raphson because Newton-Raphson is normally good for transmission networks. So because this is meshed and stuff like that. For the one that we have, it's kind of let me just find it for you. It is algorithm is. Let me see if it's written.
Asking you because we usually have the question from the big manager from the corporation. They want to compare system to system. So
Okay.
for my own system, Storm, they use Newton Raphson for DMS.
Yeah, so this methodology is generally designed for distribution network. It is like backward sweep and forward sweep. So I can share the screen if you wish. And it's in the specification. So because some of our software components, like I explained to you, like runs many load flow. So it should be fast and it should be, for example, look ahead. It runs 24 each time we run it. And if you have one substation or 200 substation, multiply by 200. So this one, the algorithm is in the functional specification. You can see this. This is kind of standard one. So they call it backward sweep and forward sweep. So it basically determines injection of the current, right? At each point, let's say you have some loads or load equivalents, it calculates how much current is injected. And backward sweep means like, let's assume that your network is like a branch and goes towards to the end, right? Backwards sweep, it goes up and trace and sums it up and go to the main node. And when it reaches the main node, then it knows what the load are on each section and calculate the loss, then swap forward, and then it's going forward and back like a few iterations. When the results between two iterations is close to each other, but I think that if you want to just the name of this, I think it's called backward sweep or forward sweep. So I need to see what is called. But yeah, so we have also a transmission network. For transmission network, we use Newton-Raphson. And even it has some, like, if you're interested in the mathematics of it, it has some equations here, and you can just see how does that.
So this is the power.
It is a powerful document. Yeah, you can. You already, I think we gave it to you. And it's the other thing is unbalanced. Normally in transmission network we use balance, and that basically yeah, it's kind of famous. They call it sweep up and down. It's kind of like, and it's very fast. This is designed for mainly like like mainly radial. If you have some mesh, it still works. We call it weakly meshed. That means like when you mesh two feeder to each other, it's just one mesh. But in transmission network, it's like this, like we're fully meshed. For those ones, that's why we use another name.
I have document already.
Yeah.
So I can check by reading okay.
Do you want to share? Maybe you can join the meeting and.
No,
you can read it for us.
I have the document already, so.
Yeah, you have this document. Yes.
Okay. So for the next question we have from the operator. So they want to know, like, could we call your system have something like AI technology or machine learning for the forecasting, estimation, or maybe what flexibility to use the technology, like
forecast forecast is based on machine learning. Is kind of AI technology based on the historical data and weather data. It mixes all of this data together. It goes to this MLS, machine learning, yeah. So the forecast is machine learning. It's AI.
Okay, so when you use like AI, you like, but your AI don't need to like connect to all the model like cloud based or
No.
something like that because
For this one, like we have some, I think, okay, for this one, we don't need to. This
yeah,
is,
because in our memory system they have to connect to the cloud base and send the data to the cloud, and after that the AI machine in your some server around the world can run it and give us the result only.
yeah. Now, in our case, this is, I'm just showing the SVM. This one's support vector machine is kind of like AI technology. Depends on what you call AI, right? So AI is basically trained. So trains the model, and it will use the trained model. So there is some explanation here. It's just like
Some
mathematical.
kind of machine learning reason, but
So this one is different, for example, to ChatGPT or something like that. A newer version of our software, we are trying, like, we have it not in this one, maybe in the 3.11, we kind of bring some AI, but that's more for operation. They type something and say, okay, what can I do? Like if something happened like that. So this was not that, but this is for forecasting. If your question is for a specific forecasting, it's there, it's already in the machine. You don't need to connect it anyway.
SPM. It's quite familiar with me because I already see the SVM some in some subject in the university before.
Okay. Yeah, great.
Maybe you know that. I don't know that if you know that or not, but if we learn the automation check major in Vietnam, we have to use to learn those one. We have a lot of model like SVM, like other line or something like that to train input. We just put the input and it trained by vector technology and yeah. Give the out.
This one is similar like that.
Okay.
But this is in forecast. You already have this one as well in forecast.
So what are your suggestions for a company like for like I already said that we managed for around 100 stations and for the DR from maybe 2017, 2027, I'm sorry, 2027, maybe we have the solar system go up to 50%, 15%, I'm sorry. 15%. So what function we should to like concentrate to and deploy for our system first to like to facing with those new DR.
Okay, so firstly, if it's two things from modeling perspective to application. I first start with the model. All right. So, like for example, the situation that you are describing is similar to what, for example, like the company I'm working in Australia had like last few years, and now they are like 50%. They become 30%, and some of them are 50% already, 50. So we we need to model the solar at like a load level.
Load level.
Yeah. So for example, we have, I mean, if in your system right now, I think it's MV. Okay. We put a load equivalent, right? And then we put something for equivalent for solar, which is called flexible load, we call it, because it's kind of historical name because it could be flexible load. It's called flexible load, but it could be generation because it can be used, for example, for like home batteries or chargers or stuff like that. But when you put the type of that to solar, it would use the irradiation, as I was explaining, and sums it up. Like if you have model like LV, like in the one that I was showing, it sums it up at the transmission, sorry, MV to LV, and then load flow uses that to go to check the impact of it on the whole system. So it's kind of aggregation would use, plus like the topology, of course, it needs to know where the topology is. With the weather integration is critical for that, because you're not going to have signal for each individual one, and you want to know also about future, right? You don't want to know or only for real time. You want to know what's going to happen tomorrow. So that's why we suggest that like you implement this weather integration, and so that to enable all those functionality. If there is a big solar farm, let's say big battery or big solar, we model as like an element, like I was showing on the system. Maybe I just connect to the system and we see what we are describing there. So we model as an element, and then we might need some signals because like the impact is huge. So you want to know, okay, so when you install up to 15%, maybe, I don't know, we need to see how much impact on your network is. You were saying that your network is has a lot of capacity.
Yes.
Okay, for companies, if it's more than like 15%, it goes to 50%, let's say, they create reverse flow. That reverse flow is causing a problem for transmission company. For distribution company, causes voltage going high, too much high. And then if the voltage is going high, maybe people's appliances like impacted, right? So we need to use 15%, maybe it's still not, you don't need to use the curtailment, but if you feel like the technology that we were talking about, what flexibility or look ahead or A&M, with this one, you can manage those reverse flow or voltages. So those three technology, A&M, look ahead. I think a future is look ahead. Look ahead is kind of may cover that what flexibility as well. It's I was showing to you that it's you put like the high limit and low limit. So it's kind of maybe A&M and look ahead constraint management would be enough.
Okay.
And depends on like the contract or like you can have with the customer, because they installed solar, but you need to send a command to them to stop producing. So their inverter should support some protocols, common protocols that we talk to them. And normally this is happening like with the we call it, like in Australia they call it utility server. So utility server is like a server. It connects to those individual one, and we just send the command to this guy, and this utility server is like a mediator between DERMS and theirs. We can also connect directly to them, but if the numbers are very large, maybe, I don't know, in Vietnam, do you have different company for LV? Like for example, Australia, I can buy my electricity from 20 different vendors. This one says,
No.
not now, okay. And then in that one, based on the tariff, you could like get some incentive. You can tell them, I let you to stop my generation, but I get money like lower for rest of the day, something like this.
Yeah.
This is very important, like, because if you get just data, you just show it on your system, but can you control it?
Basically, in our situation, we don't have any connection to those solar system because it's so really small. Like for example, 1 kilowatt,
Yeah, but
2
like,
kilowatt, but so many. So maybe like some cases they do not notice that they have solar system.
Yeah, that's true. Even the registry, like that, why they call it registry, because you need to get the information, how much kilowatt they installed. Like another thing that, for example, in Australia, there was no regulation at the beginning. They were giving incentive, government even paying money, like subsidized to people install. But then it's too much. Then they say, okay, what are we going to do? So it's good. You work with some like LV companies to make sure they have some common they support some common protocol, because if they buy inverter from any, they might have separate protocols and you might not be able to easily connect to them. You need to develop many protocols. So in US is IEEE is 2030 is kind of like going like taking like the advantage compared to the other ones. It's like 5 years ago, maybe there were many protocols. Now, maybe you just do some research to see what they already do and what is governments should or companies should mandate that. Mandate to use this by inverters to support this protocol. Like, you want to say, okay, if you want to have solar, you need to kind of like allow people contact you and just if you need. But yeah, probably I think studies also very important. That's hosting capacity that we were showing to you. But for hosting capacity, you need to have the rating of your elements. If you don't have the rating of elements, you wouldn't know when you're going to hit that problem. That hosting capacity maybe is something you want to use as a kind of like initial tool to assess that, okay, how much you can add more. Yeah.
But because of our policy, we can force them to like make the communication between those systems to our system. So we just do manage by like offline only. So
Offline?
offline mean like manually, like just create the element in your system and give the big power only. So it's like a way of the power flow. You cannot like supervise or monitoring real time for those systems. But I think that's
Yeah, I think for you, if you want to write something important, is like making sure the in new generation of AI is picking up. There should be some standards to communicate and allow control if it's needed. If 15%, I think is still maybe by end of 27, you say. But like think of like 20. Yeah, but like but that might be okay because you check your network, your capacity is fine. The only problem is maybe voltage. 15% doesn't make generally reverse flow.
15% for the overall, but is maybe like just focusing some area only. So maybe this feeder have some problem, but so far it's okay. But next year maybe it's will collapse or something like that. So we are scared about that situation.
Yeah. So yeah, I think like studies to make sure
we don't have like any policy to like reject their submission for the new solar system. For example, in this area, we have around 50% is solar, and they still want to install more, so we cannot reject them so far.
Because so far yeah. So that's kind of like we have hosting capacity, we have a customer connection as well, like another module, but that's kind of like looks at the MV. So I think you probably LV might be also a problem. I don't know, like maybe your network should also support, the LV network should support that so much sun that is coming through. But yeah, those two applications kind of used for planning.
Okay, for the next question for the hosting capacity, we use this function for like battery, like in this year we will install two system for the battery around 10 megawatt. So could we use this function to choose the best place for
Best place.
battery?
It doesn't suggest the best place, but as I was showing to you, it will show at each node on your network how much capacity you have. I was showing to you, maybe you can do some like analysis yourself, saying, okay, between these ones, because it's not like, from my experience, it's not just based on electrical feature, because the site, you know, where you can put it, like, yes, so it's the site, like physically site, so where it would be. So if company itself wants to install battery, maybe you can somehow use it, but it's not going to tell you where exactly it is, because I think that is, even if it does, you have to consider geographical like things as well. Yeah, somehow, yeah, for yeah, maybe kind of customer connection I didn't show to you, but there is some application system to similar to hosting capacity. My understanding is probably you didn't need that, but like that one also you can just, if you want to add just one, because that one that I was showing to you, it was showing the capacity, right? But the other one, it simulates like if you add it there, what would happen? But it's like a load flow kind of thing. So if you don't have load flow, you need to have rating of your conductors in the system, because how you want to know like where is the impact. Yeah, but yeah, our tools doesn't suggest this location.
Okay, so that's we can use hosting capacity for choose the some kind of like a list of the segments, and we can put it right one by one into the network model, and we can run the power flow to check the constraint limit or something like that before we do the installation in the reality, right?
Yeah, and okay, let me just, maybe I'm just connecting to this. I think I tried to show it like how you can kind of use it. That coloring also helps, like visually when you color the network based on the hosting capacity, you can choose, oh, okay, in this area, what is my battery? I'm going to install 1 megawatt. And okay, so let me just bring that hosting capacity here. Even if you don't have full impedance data, okay, so this one, hosting capacity, it has 3 methodology, right? Heuristic, accurate, and this two uses proper load flow. But this one, it kind of like uses the load, but it needs the rating of the elements, because how you would know like which gonna be violated, right? So if I, for example, let's say I want to install 500 megawatt battery, okay, and then I put it like, I don't know, let's put 100. So, and I want to see even if it's more than 500. Okay, just let me run it again. I don't know which one I selected. I changed it. Okay, so I changed this coloring. So that's fine. So here, you see, it kind of tells you where is okay to put your 500 one, because, okay, so these are hosting capacity. This orange is between 1,000 to 9,000. So if your batteries, you can put it here, and then for this one you can put more, because probably the rating of this one is higher. These are like main branch normally, and the main branch you have a like a, let's say, thicker conductors. So I tell you what I mean here. So this one, for example, rated current is 900, but this one is 155. Okay, because I have this data. Okay, it uses this data to determine why. I was just explaining why you can install more on this one. So then you can say, all right, this one even in the geographic, you can, if you have the geographic is in your system, you can tell, okay, I want to install it near this park. Our system, actually, you can put land base. So it can tell you, for example, this is a lake, this is a, I don't know, something like that. You can see the streets. You can tell, like, okay, maybe I can put this in this street, or this, like, it's a lake, I cannot put it.
But for this case, this is the main free, right? So they know that we have a lot of capacity to install new one, but what's the like the better place
Yeah.
to us for choose? Because we cannot like put every single point for the new battery here and run the power flow, right?
Yeah, no, but like, look, it's simulated on every node. So here you see there are nodes for all of them simulated. So, and these are simulated ones. So you can basically put anywhere on this. But what I'm trying to say, imagine you have the land base information, like you have streets and blah, blah. You want to also, apart from the electrical property, you want to know, like, okay,
I understand what you mean,
yeah.
but for example, this the last way we can install the battery, right?
Yeah.
But we have many nodes.
But it's dependent on other, it allows you to choose between them. What is the best for those, all of them are good, right? You know, for this one, it tries to understand like the capacity. So if you add in any of this part, and if yours is like, let's say, below that, it is fine. It's just then it allows flexibility to choose between them.
Yes, but yeah, I still feels a little bit for the point that we put the connection between the mainstream to the battery system. Because with this color is always good for this capacity, like 9,000. 9,000, yeah. For example, we put the 1 megawatt, just yeah, 1 megawatt, for example. So we have, for example, 300 nodes in the mainstream that we can install it more battery, but how could we choose the best connection point for the battery? For example, those places we can install new battery, right?
Yeah.
So we have
So
many nodes.
many nodes. Okay. Because what's the criteria? How do you define is good?
Yeah.
How do you define something is good?
Just follow the constraint, for example.
Okay.
Voltage.
Yeah, follow the constraint. Okay, so if you want a voltage, okay, so we have the constraint here, and we had like voltage, you see is removed. Why? Because it needs a load flow. If you have impedance of the like proper impedance, you can say, okay, apart from that, I want to also make sure that my voltage is within these limits. Then you need more data. You need to make sure your impedance data is right.
Yes. Okay. And one more question for the operation. So do you have any like research paper or like a presentation from other companies around the world that have applied your system, like some electrical company in Australia or maybe EA. Yeah.
The presentation. Yeah, I think we do. I need to. That's why I was saying, like, do you have access to Schneider Exchange? I think you are now officially our customer and signed the contracts and everything. So we can share the lesson learned.
Yeah,
I think
it's very useful
for us.
because
Okay.
they apply the new function for them and they know what exactly they need and how do they do the comparison or something like that for the plane.
Yeah. So we have annual user conference for our users across the world. So each year it's another city. So last year, I think was Milan in Italy. Some year was in Australia 2 years ago. So and then participate across the board and they present like what they achieved with the ADMS and the recordings of those. We have them and we can show it to our customers. You're our customer now, but like if you were not our customer, probably, yeah. But yeah, I think I need to ask our team to allow access you to that portal, and then you could see any videos from those previous conferences or presentations, because it should be official. Like, for example, I cannot show your data to some other company and the same. They need to approve that we can share with another company. But I think it is in the user conference. My understanding is you can have it, but I need to check with the sales. These things are with the sales. I will ask them to see. Yeah, if you have the access to that portal.
Okay. For next part, maybe we move to system question. Yeah, first question is related to like you have already showed that what's the name of the table for like forecast data, real-time data, event, alarm, user, how to count total user and their authorization or those elements, catalog, via SCADA connection.
Okay, so
Yes.
all right, so I can show you the tables. Like, I mean, you can send me a list and I try to answer that because we have like a lot of tables. Okay, send it to me. But one thing I would say, many of things that normally other companies you need to look from the backend, I suggest to first try from like DMD, because you can use those queries here by using filter, and then you can export to CSV and then use it in any way you wish.
But
sometimes you understand. So
any table and join together.
Okay.
Total.
I know it's also, yeah, it's possible. Yeah, we will tell you, but like, just you see here, like we've got signal. You want to see, I want to have a signal, for example, for substation X, right? So you can just easily say, I want substation Colorado, for example. And then you get all the signals. And telemetry is the one that has telemetry. This could be manual or telemetry. So you see sources, telemetry or manual. Like, I want to see all the manual signals. So I just see if you can get information here, because I think to me it's simpler. If I cannot, I do the same as you. I think I go to the database as well. So yeah, so here you see, like, I just put 2 filters and like you can, it's actually very easily, you can just look at these and see what is this and explore, like, for example, measurement type. Because here I can tell you, you can tell me, you can see, okay, measurement time, I want active power. In the database, active power is 5. And you don't know what is your active power, right? So we don't have, it's difficult to get it from there sometimes. But yes, and then we have this query. I think few times we used it, so I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, I think if you want to have a specific questions, I can answer now, like, and we can just demonstrate a few things for you here. So you can, like, if you want to see where is my capacitor, for example, you can see, okay, and this is, I have total 168 and 127 here. So I just go here, and then this is the properties. You can easily go to the database. And as I said, for all of them, you can export to CSV. But if you have like any specific one you want me show to you, or I can give it a try, and maybe a tour, let's say, for this. I tried briefly yesterday, but maybe can you read me like what they request or your request?
Yeah, I've already sent to Shiraya. Could you send to Mr. Mehdi?
Okay, you don't have my email yet. Okay.
Yes, because I don't see you inside the room. Right?
Okay,
Yes.
I will send my email as well. I don't have yours too. I think maybe I have. I don't know. If you have sent some emails to previous meeting. Okay. Yeah, can you read the questions? The places.
No,
Read it for me. I cannot read.
forecast, real-time data, event. Oh, this one you need in SQL, right?
They ask for SQL, yes.
Forecast. I'm not sure.
So let's go one by one. Forecast. Okay, so forecast actually, I explained this morning. There are these are input AGG hour. This is the input data, and then is in time series. So if you see, this is the list of databases we have. This is time series, and then you go to tables, and then okay.
So this one. That's in SQL, I think.
Yeah. So these are related to LFS. Anything start with LFS is forecast. Okay. And in this time series, collect is the data come from the points. So like time series data, like let's say you have ampere, every time it changes, all right, goes to first collect, and from collect goes to other aggregate full tables. Like this one, it keeps every hour. You remember I was showing to you that, okay, I want to have every hour from this. So this one is aggregator for that one, and then you can right click and just select okay. But like, yeah, I think you can see all this information here. But maybe, yeah, maybe because you need to understand what is this point ID is. Maybe I can give you like a query to show you how you find one data point. You give the, for example, custom ID of that, and then show the results here. And like some of them are
So
maybe
it is for the report that this point, right?
yeah, that point.
Current or hour, reactive hour, something like that, right?
Yeah, that point ID could be a point. We have a table called point.
Yeah, we have.
Just a second here.
Yeah.
So this one, all right. So that ID is this one, and then we have GID. GID is the one that you can see in the model. So for example, I go to the model, and Control F, Control V. That point that I was showing there, it is this point. So you need to merge, join those two tables, okay? And maybe it's on the display or maybe not. So this is the voltage of some this for example, element. I don't know if you noticed, there's like a little orange thing around this. It's a bit difficult to find, but it's in the center of the view. So if you search for something, okay, if I clicked here, so it shows it here, like, okay, if I was there, but yeah, that's the element. It shows the element, but this element is not always on the view, right? So this is but the signal. You need to right click here and property and get this one. So this is the basically, if I want to see the trend of this, I can use this. Yeah. So you need to, for example, for the answer the question, so you can get a GID, and probably to get the GID, you need to get the GID first from custom ID, and then yeah, you need to join 2-3 tables. Yeah. So that is that one. Lots of tables. Okay, so LFS is flow results, and some of them are explained in the manual, right? So if you, I was showing the forecast here, right? LFS. You see, this is also explained where the historical data is. LFS aggregator. If you edit the LFS, it goes to edited. Okay. Sometimes you have like some information on them here. Okay. Now. Okay, what was the next one? Event I showed yesterday. Yeah, event is event table. This operation activity is the events. Alarm is not. I don't think you can find.
But we have Thai alarm. You go on the list. I don't know.
That's the type.
This include the alarm list inside the event.
Yes, but like this is just event list. Alarm is always an event, right? When you create an app, but like which one is active, which one is removed. I think maybe you can have some field and filter it. Like maybe if it's acknowledged or not acknowledged, maybe we have a field. I need to check that. Yeah, but like you can. This is event. What else?
So we did on window. Users.
Users.
Yeah, users. We have it on.
You want a list of users? Is that what it means? Users. Okay. Users.
Them like who's shown that we put them inside or something like that.
Okay, I think that one is in the DC. Yeah, so it's another machine. What is the DC machine? Domain controller. We have like something called domain controller. It's not in the it's not in the tables. Do you have the domain controller ID?
Yes.
Okay.
So you define like the zone and the priority or some kind of like the privilege for those
Yeah.
in the DC.
Yeah.
I'm
not very expert on that, but okay, I will give it a try. So okay, we have Faris, our solution architect. So if you need to change something or add something, but then there is definitely a data document for that. So, but let me 120.
20.
Just 20.
Not 3.
I know. Didn't want to put that 3, but accidentally. Save, okay.
Okay.
Don't ask me. I don't know why it doesn't learn my password. I have to put all the time. AI, we should use AI.
Don't have authorized.
I'm not authorized.
But normally we
Okay, that's another thing. Like, we don't authorize everyone to the important machine. Like, I am not authorized to connect to that, but I will send you a document to explain that if we haven't done it before.
Okay,
So-
it's quite different with our system. We just use the DC to get the check the like user password only. But for the zone, for the privilege, which point they can control, we define inside the SCADA system. So
Like a table.
yeah,
In tables?
yeah, in tables.
So this
we
is
can
more-
check, user. We can like do the operations user. We can just do the monitoring or something like that.
This is more secure. Trust me.
I don't know.
This is more secure. Like even like you see, I couldn't access to that list of users because it's very important. But okay, I think for here I can just show you some stuff here. So it's we have again. I don't want to go too much into this because I'm not the right person for this, right? But I just tell you like some things that I know. These are authorities. Authorities means like roles, let's say. So because our system can be, for example, somebody's DB admin, somebody can do configuration, somebody is a SCADA engineer, somebody is a SCADA supervisor. So we have these predefined authorities, and for these authorities, we can say what permissions this guy have. All right. So, for example, this SCADA supervisor can do all of these items that is here: edit symbol, create symbol, view system administrator. So all of these are in like some documents, and you can explains what exactly it does. For example, maybe an operator cannot edit symbol because it's not his job, so he shouldn't be able to change something. He can only change the control SCADA and stuff like that. But on the same page, like for example, DB admin cannot like send control, right? So this is the way we have authority and permissions. And then user, maybe I don't have access. User configuration. These are user configurations. So whenever you do something under user, but yeah, you can. I mean, I don't have access to the that machine that has a list of users, but you can create a new user and give them those authorities. One user can have multiple authorities as well. Like you could have like, and when you log into the system, you can say that one. And this AOR, I think I explained to you what AOR means. Like you could have as many as AOR you want. So you have like area, East Europe, blah, blah, and LV is different from HV. You can have that. So, and you can group them as well if you want. So these are, so this is the list of permissions. So you can config database. It has some explanation here in the description part. Yeah.
The reason that I asked the question because I usually been asked from my manager that how how many users that I have created inside the system and how many admin that we have put the privilege for those users. So how could we like do some report for cases like that?
I can go to table because I was it's actually not very safe because if somebody compromises system access to your system, the tables they can go and uh, add a new role or override it. I was told like I'm not a security expert, but this way the information is stored in this way. They say is more secure. I cannot tell, but like if I don't have that DC privilege to show the list of users, so each users I think for that one you can kind of get a list of like their users and filter by view. I cannot tell that. I don't have access on this one. But yeah, but you hear you see maybe what is my role here? Okay. Yeah. I think from here you can find, but I don't know exactly how. But this is the relation of this DNA app system admins, for example. It's in the basically with Windows, like it's AD, Active Directory. Yes, it's you can definitely get whatever you want. Who is what? Who has access? You can just disable their access or add their access, but I cannot show it here. Okay, so I think we can provide some information to you because yeah.
So for other data like DAS, data connection, API is also like included inside the historical server. Yeah.
Okay, so I was explaining that like there are all right. So the network elements are. Let me just close this one. Just I don't want to have like a lot of things here open. For elements in the database, in the network model, DMS query engine, is we store the network model in like a another format. It's called like DB3, there's file and the servers. But this table, this a database connects to that and get the data from there and shows it as a table, right? Some of them are actual tables. These are automatically updated every, I think, hour or every day. I don't remember, but I said these are like there, for example, feeders. I showed it yesterday to you. So for example, you want, if you don't find it here, you go to this view, and then there are 1 million views here. So for all of the elements that we have, so let's say I wanna, the way I find it, okay, control. I just, okay, let me clear this. If I don't know the name of it, but I think I will give you that file I was showing to you, but that one unfortunately is a little bit old. So firstly, you need to select that database, select start from. So for example, you want to see all the DR generator on the system. So, okay. Oh, DR generator, we don't have DR groups. This is all the DR groups, energy storage, select, okay, so I think I need to copy paste this part. Maybe just energy. Battery is called energy storage. So this is my old energy storage there. So the attribute you see here is like here. But yeah, but you can also see this one in the query engine. The only thing you need to kind of sometimes understand, so some of them is code here. Field type is 11 is, I cannot tell what is 11, it's not on top of my head, but maybe in that document, it will tell you what exactly that is. But sometimes what I do if I don't have a document, I go to copy this custom ID here, and I go here, I'm just giving you, I think, idea, but like you don't need to have to do this. You need to go to the database, but okay, with the document, but okay.
Battery, field type. You're looking for 11, right?
Oh, sorry, yeah, I was looking, what is they called? So what is this?
Battery,
Yeah,
field type, 11.
field type, yes, that's correct. So I was looking for field type, yes, that's correct. 11 is, for example, battery, but this is, let me see, I should have that. I mean, this data, I will find that file for you. I don't think I have it. Maybe in this one. Let's see. Yeah, this one. This one is old. Maybe they did not have everything updated, but okay. But yeah, that's the way I found it, like the way exactly you did. So you just look at like what is in the database, and 11, I get it. Okay. All right. Okay, and that is this one. What else do we need? A list of things that you want to see.
Zone.
So, this one.
Where is zones? Users, zones.
Oh, I mean, is including the maybe DC also. So zone mean like AOR.
AOR. Yeah, I showed it already.
Okay.
Yes, is that.
Element. What is element?
I mean network model. So Mr. Mediso already. So
Okay.
network
Elements,
maybe SCADA connection. So how could we check like IP for those by RTU address or something like that? .com.
Yeah, I think we got remote.
Maybe I use what do you want? I think update tools.
We have another tool, but okay. So let's say, okay, I want to check for remote unit IEC. Remote unit, I think, what is it called? Remote. Oh, okay, I have another E. Okay, remote C104, let's say.
This is like several table for those.
Yeah.
Yeah, for each protocol, because I think the properties are different. Yeah.
That's not through the IP address.
IP address.
That will go with communication link, I think.
Communication, yeah. What is it called? Communication channel.
Should be.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Do I have another communication? Maybe. Let me communicate. Communication.
On the link, okay,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
sorry. Yeah, I don't know where exactly that IP address, but you can give us like the list and what exactly you want from there, and maybe we can find it for you. Okay, I think I'm not very familiar with that. Well, but like normally, okay, like do we need to go to? Can we use it query to get a list of RT links and stuff?
I think it should be.
In here we can view communication. No, we cannot get the list of R2s here. Okay,
Okay, I go.
to the editor. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's not.
Yeah. Network limit. Okay, but yeah, if I will find it for you, which one is like you want to see the list of the the one that it shows IP addresses, right?
Yeah.
Can export from user.
You can also do. Yeah, they want to see the database. I know, like I know, like
If you
engineers.
yeah, if you have used the SQL query before that, you like love it and you want to query everything inside those table and join
Yeah.
them together and make the report.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially we can export the data to other system like Power BI or something like that.
I know. Yeah, I mean, definitely we have the tool there. Just it's too much information. I don't know every single table. You see, there was 1,000 table there. But we can find it like, okay, I think the way we go through it together is actually good because you can kind of learn that how I find something that I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. So telemetry. Okay, we select IC, for example, 104. Maybe in Europe we have. Is that like this? This is the. It should be in the communication link, but the IP address is because it talks to itself. It's just you know, this is local address. So okay. I know other ways to find something in databases. You can search for the field name as well, and yeah, but I think she was right. This communication link, maybe the port. Okay, so maybe I was not quite looking properly, and maybe there are two tables. I don't know, but. Port iPad, it should be here, right? Yeah, there we go. So comlink. Okay, so it's not communication link, it's comlink.
Something inside a communication link.
What is the difference between that and this?
That can like utilize the report.
I think this.
Maybe this is active.
Yeah, active maybe be used for
Okay.
static or something like that.
Maybe this is the statistic. Maybe yeah, some of them are dynamic data. It's not, yeah. So this one is. Yeah, so this is the port numbers and IP addresses are the same, I think, because we're talking to ourselves. What else? Tag. Yeah, I think we can have tag. This tag, and we have tag catalog as well. So the timestamp, this is the person that was doing the tag. Yeah, sometimes just is like this. Okay. And this is tag catalog, list of catalogs that we said we're gonna, for example, change some of them for you. All right.
Catalog, yeah. Catalog we have to go one by one.
Okay, catalog. Okay, so like okay.
Maybe.
So I mean, I think you can also do this cable catalog. Cable catalog is all.
Inside this one.
Yeah.
Inside the MS.
Yeah, also.
Anything in the model, you can find it here. Transformer.
Catalog. Second one.
That's
Potential.
potential. PT.
It should be forwarding or something like that. Oh, that.
Yes. And for 2 winding and 3 winding, we have different.
Okay, thank you. And
One is the
no, yeah, it's already showed.
Yeah, okay.
I saw it. And,
okay, next is SCADA connection. What is mean is IP?
yeah, already showed.
Okay. API so adapter point.
So for the drop that the boy that we received from the weather from the AMI, so how could we like locate in those table?
Okay, if you're looking at the signal itself, signals are analog signal. Let's say that we have analog signal.
Inside analog signal.
Analog signal value. Okay.
Signal.
I think you need to combine these two, but okay, these two need to.
We have along the signal.
Yeah, measurement type. So this one again, $1 million question is like, what is that 47? Okay, I hack it here. Maybe here is the fastest one.
When we have signal high, I think it will come to be well better, right, for indication.
Hmm? Let me, like, let's say I wanna.
That one is only.
Temperature, for example. I get a GID, okay. Yeah, measurement type for that one is 7. And this is the value. But the name and stuff like this is on this one. So I just copy here. The name in custom ID. So this is measurement type. It was on both of them. So 7 is like, we need to remember is 7. And when I know it's measurement ID, it's type 7, I can just do this. Measure. Yeah, and then I get everything. These are all temperature. Okay, so yeah, something like this.
Oh,
So for the restoration, I think it's about some processes like how to synchronize data back from production to OTS and how to like synchronize after some kind of how VM collapse, for example, our historical server is just have something wrong and we cannot open and we reinstall the new Windows server and we reinstall the SQL server. After that, what do we need to do for recover all of those data back?
If you have a backup of database, no, you don't have backup.
Okay,
You're gonna
that we
start from
yeah.
scratch. Don't do that.
to bring the model for production to OTS.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
for this one, we
Profession.
have something like, we can align model is like the deploy step. We have to export some database from production and yeah, bring the network model we call DBT file and that you import to OTS. We can yeah, align
It
model.
depends on what you want to restore.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're talking about network model, it is stored in this. I will show you where that file is. The network model is stored in this, for example, real time. Actually, we have installed in network simulation and 3 servers, but they can be a little bit different at sometimes. So you're talking about network model, or if you're talking about historical that we were talking about like 90 days, I will explain that one. There are 2 separate processes for that.
Actually, these are 2 questions. Firstly, for the ODS system or staging system only. When we like do something wrong with the database and we cannot open the some application we call like builder staging or something like that. We cannot connect to the staging server and what we need to do like recover the database for the staging for what.
This one is just machine.
Yeah, that process, I think you need to first, like before you become expert, you need to contact us like Schneider. Yeah, I suggest those complicated things that don't do it by yourself because our system is a little bit like let's say I would say complicated, but because sophisticated, it's not complicated, sophisticated, because like, for example, other systems that I work with, for example, I was working with G or all other systems, everything, it was in one database and you change it and that database was updated and you couldn't go back. So, but I think Farhan showed to you how you create a change set. Your model is there. You create a change set, you review it, and like big companies, they have different teams. Somebody creates it, somebody reviews it, and somebody applies it. So there are three teams that they do, and they look at those changes. Because of that, the staging database might be behind ahead of like real time. So we do some changes and we keep it in something called change sets. And it's those changes in the database, you can see them, but you cannot change them easily. It's not something that you need to touch. They are there. But suggestion is you could get a backup of the whole database and everything. I think those are system admin kind of things. You need to have the training for that. If I don't know how much you got, but it takes as well time. Just don't. But I will tell you, like for example, we store some data here in this table, like this DB3 file, but like you cannot update or copy from one server to server easily. It's gonna break the system. Yeah, so we suggest like get a backup of the whole VM maybe. Like you can get a snapshot from time to time. So if you want to do some big changes, but like whole VMs, you can get a snapshot. I will let the solution architect to show you.
Because last month we have the really like how to say that critical problem for our infrastructure. In the case is our SAN storage just collapse.
Yeah. So
All
understand.
the VM
Told me.
disappear. So we have to like reinstall the Windows Server and re-synchronize all of data from the DR side back to our DC side.
Mm. Yeah, we have the same process. We have active the disaster recovery, and we have a process to do that. But it's
your expert only.
well, I would say, yeah. So I'm not expert like because as I said, like it's a bit complicated. Like solution architects in our companies, they normally look after this part, and if something like that bad happened, normally our customer. But two things. One, how you make sure you have a backup system that has everything there, and if you want to restore, you restore. Second, when it happened, what to do? Okay, two things. For the first one, because I think this system doesn't have disaster recovery. We have one system, right? So
We have,
disaster recovery.
yes, we have to like for real-time server, we have two separate server, two side.
Is it two sides?
Yes.
I didn't know. Okay, so it's
Inside, their side and our side being maybe two side you
two servers or
Have
two
you
sides.
seen the network model from Paris? We have two server.
two server.
Two server, but not two sides. Two different things.
server, we put it in two sides.
In two sides. Okay, it's
And
two.
two sides we connect a same network.
Okay. All right. So yeah, okay. So that's not disaster recovery. Disaster recovery, you have two servers here and two servers there, and it's like full copy of each other. You can connect the whole system to between them. But anyway, that's kind of redundancy. Okay, understand. I understand. But for that one, also, if something happens, we have a process. Like in your case, because you have two servers, if something goes down, how to install the software. It's a deployment process, so you need to get training for that if you want to do it by yourself. Like it's normally, yeah, it takes a while to learn that one. But yeah, because you need to get a deployment training. So the training we had here was SCADA, how to use the application. So we need to have like deployment kind of training, and I would say normally customers do it a few times with us. After like few times they learn and they can do it by themselves. It just it's not you press a button. It's not very simple.
How much does it cost?
I mean, does it cost? Nothing, not much. I'm just joking. No, I'm just joking. But the training, are you asking about training?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Pangsu. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the. I'm not sure how that we can like have ability for reinstall those servers like
Yeah.
this. So
Yeah, I understand.
basically our SCADA system existing SCADA system we can install from like how to say that from
Scratch.
yes, because they just give us like software file installed and the key on only. So from this one we can like reinstall all of the system.
How long did it take to you learn that? Is it easy? Was it easy?
Yeah, but we learn it by ourselves
Okay.
because those system is quite like simple than your system.
Yeah, it's a bit simple. Yeah, I would say we have definitely we have documents, but my experience with the Schneider is like normally they get training and you need to do supervised with us because step by step it's Yeah, we can ask Mr. Pongsil to see if you guys want to have like a
So you
like
have
a few days of training to just get some feeling of this, and then
Just-
on job training as well. Huh?
just few days training. You make
The training is, yeah, training probably I think is few days, but then you might want to on job training. You do it, and with help of us, you need the environment to practice that. And
so you
yeah.
have like the different thing to train those jobs.
Yes, so
For the one
yeah,
that
for
you
deployment, we have
for.
different people. Yeah, done for other companies, but
You have to show him
for this,
what you need to know for, and he can provide the training in, yeah. Because we have to know what you need first, and we can.
Yeah. So yeah, because I think my understanding was this project has a limited with the budget, so we wanted to have like, that's why I think we had only like a week of training for this one to just understand the functionality, and we have this design workshop to make sure that we understand your requirements and use cases, and we set up the system in that way. But yeah, so if you want to see, I understand, like as a user of system, you want to be able to do it without our help. And our customer, they do that, like they do that, but then they do the training, on-job training kind of things. And yeah, because the problem here, like for example, if you load flow, you run load flow, you cannot break the system. With that one, you can break the system. You change option here, load flow, okay, you get bad results, okay, and you call us and say, okay, we got bad results, and we say, okay, update based on this, but
Okay, for those process is complicated and we have to like get a training or something like that, and we have to like prepare money for those codes, right? Okay, and for the last question related to the license. So is your license is it in like a 5, or you have to like embed inside the VM, or you use the like physical devices like dongle key or something like that? Because
it's not physical as far as I know, like because right now I think we don't have anything physical for you. I think the process, I need to ask our solution architect, they do these things. I think they kind of use something to, I don't know what tools they use, but they use that tool to get some information from your system, and they issue the product center, and based on that they create some files and they put on your system, and you can use it like that.
because our system is running on like we have some system code. So SRM from VMware. That means like we have to store it, replicate each other for synchronization every 1 hours. So if we have some problem on the maybe DC side or DR side, we will use the VM inside the other SAN storage to recover the VM. And when we recover the VM, maybe some like configuration will be changed, like MAC address, like dry, like network hub ID or something like that. Yeah. So
Yeah, so for that one again, I think I just we will send the. I need to ask our solution architect. I think he has a process to collect those information. I think he runs a tool. I don't know exactly how does that work, but it's like a software tool. It captures those information. We send it to product center, and they issue new license. So if something happens,
in that scale, we cannot apply to our system, because for what I have said to you, like our SRM service will like change the configuration of the VM server. So if you check those configuration, were not correct at the beginning of the time for this VM.
If you create a new one, are you talking about creating a new VM or
The
the
new one restore from the old one, but
okay.
it will change some configuration for
Yeah, I
the
know.
server.
I cannot answer that question, how you tackle that. I kind of understand what it's saying. You have let's say you have this server, you want to, I think for whatever reason, you want to go to another VM, and this one will be not used, and that one will be used.
Yes.
In that case, I will ask our our expert to send the process to you. But I will check with them. They have a tool. That's what I know. But it's not like physically you dongle. It's not dongle. As far as I'm concerned.
That's soft license. Soft license. Okay, that's all for me. So.
Có đề cập đến cái
Có đề cập thì em nói làm chi. If so, we can finish the training session here.
Okay.
I have one thing to update you about transformer catalog.
Transform catalog.
Yeah. When I see your substation, your transformer is will be three winding transformer, right?
Three white.
Three winding. Three.
Yes, I know three white, but cái mình
thì hai cũng ấy cái còn tam giác ngoài nữa
cùng tam giác nữa, cùng tam giác không có dụng thành.
Show me the picture.
là nó bằng
Picture, do you have a picture?
Because I don't know that's really effective the system or not, but the third Y of the transformer is just for the stability purpose only. So I don't think that.
We model the two value.
Okay, we two winding.
If you have any suggestion, okay, we can collect
Yeah.
the data for you for more accuracy or something like that.
If you have the table, yeah, I think if from load flow point of view, if that third one, I know like sometimes they use that third one, for example, to supply the information. You don't use it yet. To supply the substation itself. No, you don't use it.
Use the secondary to supply the power for station.
You don't use that. Okay. So three. Okay, so it's Y, and what is the winding for the third one? Is it delta or what?
Y.
Yeah, it's primary is Y. Second is Y. Third theory.
So, and the third one is delta, just for stability.
So okay, I know. Okay, so it's kind of like I know, but for flexibility and frequency, like capturing the higher frequency fluctuation. Yeah, they sometimes because they do that. So it's not impacting load flow. Okay, we can model it as two winding.
Okay,
but the symbol it could be looking like that.
Yeah, you still need to see like the three winding.
Yeah, like the symbol they make it like this.
Yeah.
But like the theory and mathematics behind that is two winding. I guess it would be fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these things that they showed the other day, they were telling this is like a surge. So these are not doing anything, just the graphic.
So
Là
you
bên
need
riêng
to
phải cũng
model just only the picture.
Just the picture, like it should be the same color as this. This is the energized, this should be the energized.
Yeah, okay.
Đó. mà không giải quyết được
And
bài
this is
toán
the
đó thì
stage
sao mà có dữ
arrestor,
liệu
I
cung
think.
cấp bên đây.
Is this stage
Vì
arrestor?
trong đó nó bao gồm đoạn
Oh,
dây
yes,
này,
yes.
máy biến thế, điểm nối, trục
Um,
tá, âm binh
yeah.
đó.
Protection.
Dạ tầm 10 phút nữa được không anh Đoàn? Dạ.
I can tomorrow or you
Yeah,
just
yes.
please me.
CT, if PT, I think that's surge arrestor, right?
It's yeah.
Just, I think we have surge arrestor in our
Yeah,
database.
yeah.
We just put that one.
Okay. But for this one, no need.
Yeah, no, just the picture graphic should look like this, yeah.
Okay.
And how about like, I think they have these ones here as well.
Tên nó dẹp rồi.
Did you ask already?
Yeah,
Còn
I
ai làm
need
nữa
it.
đâu,
Okay.
menu nữa đâu.
Yeah, they said it's PT, right? Voltage?
No, this one is transformer.
No, they said it's T.
Nhưng mà cái đó là nó xuất XML
It
cho
doesn't do anything.
thằng Astor.
It's just
Không biết
checking
nó
voltage,
sao.
potential transformer.
Không, ý là dẹp cái dự án tool thôi.
It looks like this, but it's PT.
Yeah, but this one is transformer that I asked.
Nó giống như kiểu
Oh, you will.
bán giờ vậy mình luôn.
Do you want to share this or not?
I can share.
So,
I can-
this one, I think the question, I think last time we asked, this is PT, potential VT or PT, what they call it, like just to measure the voltage, right?
Yes.
And what is this one?
This one for like just by the electricity for home station, like
Ah,
relays, lines, air conditioner or something like that. And we have two transformers.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So these are, we can put consumer transformer.
Consumer,
Yeah.
yeah,
In our system, we call it consumer.
yes.
So.
It doesn't go anywhere, it's just here. It's just, like we can put little load after, like load is neglectable, right? So
Okay, so.
you don't need to.
No need catalog, right?
What is the voltage on second side? Like 400? Let's put some default, but I think the secondary side is probably 400 three-phase, right?
Yes.
440.
Okay, I will.
20, 22, 22, 22,
400.
25. Yeah, they put default, it doesn't matter. So whatever we have, like pick one of the default one, it's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I stop sharing. Okay.
I need to confirm again one more time about RTU that we I mean the IAC 104 for feeder that we connect to your existing SCADA. You will simulate RTU
Separate
for
for every devices.
okay, same as you provide me before that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But before import to the system, you have like,
Yeah.
you should like resend to me to review or something like that.
Yeah. Maybe I will let him do just only one per type first, for example, one substation, one IMU or something like that. But I see.
RMU.
RMU.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
understand. RMU. Ringman unit, okay.
Ringman unit, yes. And you will update us about substation again, right?
Yes.
Only substation or for all?
For all, what do you mean for home?
Ringman, LBS and anything.
Yes, I think you should like repair a template for station for one type for those type of devices. We just need one template first, and we can explain more for the rest. If there is it in the feeder, we need to be.
Yeah. I mean, do you plan to update something before we continue, or now we can start to prepare the TDT file?
Yeah, you can start now because we just have to wait for the like DR data conductor and.
Yeah, how about maybe yesterday or today? You said we found one have incremental that you have to update the IOA. Just only that one that you have to update. Because the IOA in file that we have it zero.
Yes, for tab changer, right?
Yeah,
Only for tab changer.
have incremental. Have up, have down.
Yeah.
Only that one you will update. You will not update for all that. So we can
Yes.
continue the file that you.
Yes.
Okay.
Có cái trung tâm nhãn mắt thấy là đang nói về trạm trung gian.
Trạm trung gian.
Còn khách hàng hỏi cái lực là không có tăng giảm được nha.
Nó không biết rồi mấy người ta hỗ trợ hết trơn, nó gạt cầu hết trơn.
Sáng anh mới hỏi với người đó là cái nào mà mất tư về điện áp á của khách hàng đó là nó sẽ đem cái nguồn điện xuống kiểm định rồi mình sẽ đưa ra cái khuyến cáo cho khách hàng.
Thì bởi vì thế nào
thì nó sẽ thay luôn chứ nó không có tăng giảm.
Phải bất thường mà là khi mà lắp cái máy lên á, người ta sẽ có một cái nấc phù hợp với vị trí đó rồi. Về bản chất nó thay đổi được nhưng mà nó không bao giờ đổi. Đó, nó là như vậy. Còn về cái máy biến thế nó hỗ trợ anh làm như vậy. Không ai làm đó, tại nhiều lắm, ai mà đi làm nổi mà làm đó. Cái bộ đó chưa chắc là chịu được tải, có nghĩa là anh muốn chuyển đất anh phải cắt điện trước cái đã. Không ai làm chuyện đó hết. Đó. Okay, for the conductor data and DR data, maybe also for the transformer, surface transformer, you can also point that is inside